Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Plein Air Easton 2025. It's Monday of the big week, and we've got a demonstration here live at the headquarters this morning. We're here 10 to 4 today, open every day through Sunday until Thursday, except Thursday. And that's when the artists, the 58 competition artists, will turn in their work. So that's a big, exciting day. We're going to get this started. It's my pleasure to introduce my friend Isaiah, who is a budding artist as well, and he's going to introduce our artist today.
Well, thanks for coming today, and we're going to be doing a demonstration with Vlad Duchev, an alumni artist. He got into the competition of Plein Air Easton for this year, so it's my pleasure to present the artist.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks. All right, and you got your...
Yeah.
And Vlad is an alumni artist this year. How many years have you competed
3
in the festival? Yep, 3. So have fun today. Thanks, guys, for coming.
Thank you very much. Oh, thank you, everybody, for coming online and here. Thank you. You have a great audience. A little bit, the small spiel about myself. I'm Vlad Duchev, and I was born in Ukraine in 1965 to the mass, and one day I definitely will die. But the good news, between those 2 days, I got a great gift from God, do something that I love the most, painting, all right? And the painting for me is not just the things to do, it is actually the language. The language I communicate with my tribe, and I will explain what this tribe is. Good example, I don't speak French. If somebody will come to me and start talking to me in French, I will be like blank, right? I recognize that's a French language, but I won't be able to reply, I won't be able to communicate. But if someone, like my wife and my mother-in-law right there, will come and start talking in Ukrainian, we can have a really good conversation, right? Or the same thing in the art. Art is the same conversation, right? Patrick, absolutely. We have a good Patrick Lee here. So a little bit how I work. I have three kind of foundation pillars that I always apply to when I work. The first one is I celebrate the medium. The subject matter for me is not actually subject, what I paint, but actual process of painting. So when I apply painting on a canvas, this is probably the most enjoyable thing I experience when I paint. And subject matter is just the carrier of shapes and colors, nothing else. And when I do this, I enjoy it really, so much. And we're going to the second pillar, and the second pillar is I'm not afraid to fail. So failure for me is actually great. I enjoy, you will probably see it today, I will enjoy scraping the canvas more than actually finishing the painting. Because every time you fail, you learn from it, right? And you move further. You're learning from it. You experience, you keep moving. If you're afraid to fail, then you're not probably going to move forward. Like, you're not going to learn anything. And pillar number 3 is you have to find, Patrick probably is going to smile right now. You have to find your tribe. And it goes back to language. Not everybody speaks the same language. Every artist has its own language. And it's okay. Who's the artist here? Who's the artist? Okay. I'm going to tell you the secret. It's okay if nobody likes your work. It's perfectly fine. It only means that work is not bad. It only means that you're not in the right tribe. The people who likes is not around you right now. That's it. That's the thing. When you paint for yourself and those people who understand your language. Right? So this is what we're going to do today. So prepping for this demo, I was thinking, so what I'm going to do? And I came up with this theme, the power of suggestion. It's like a movie. You start watching a movie and you have no idea how the movie is going to end, right? Or you start reading a book, you have no idea how the book is going to end. But what do we do all the time? Every time we click on play the movie, what do we do? We guess, right? How the movie is going to end, right? If it's end like you think it's going to end, you're like, wow, it's great. So what it means, the director of the movie engaging your brain, your mind, to the end. The beauty of paintings, actually, is more greater because it doesn't have the end. Unless you put all the details to that canvas, like everything, and our brain will scan it, and it's like, I'm done. There's nothing else to scan on this canvas because you put everything, you spell for me everything, you just chew everything from me, right? So this is how I work. I give that suggestion, just a suggestion. And I always hunting for this to give less and less suggestions. So my viewers who look at the painting will be engaged to the infinity end, because there's no end. One day you can look at the paintings, you imagine one thing. Second day, based on if it's raining or sun, you imagine completely different things looking at the same painting, right? That's why we look at those paintings of masters for centuries. All right, so you didn't come here to listen to my spiel in broken English, right? You came here to watch me painting. So so how I paint. I don't paint from photos, very rarely, like when I'm in studio, but I do a lot of studies, and I brought with me studies as I work. Small studies like this, I don't go looking for detail. I'm looking for the shapes and color scheme. And if it's something that speaks to me, I may go, okay, so it's good contender to enlarge that piece or add something, or at least color scheme. Something like this, and here's actually a good example. I think and you can pass if you want. You can pass this. Like this one is, I do figures sometimes. Was a small, you will find that in that pile, or something like this, or small ones. So prepping for this demo, I did several studies. And to be honest, I have a YouTube channel. And normally when I record on YouTube, on my channel, I don't do prep work. I do on the fly. I like that. It's a more impressionistic kind of style of approaching what you do. Instead of thinking, let insight come out. So I did some studies, and I have no idea what I'm going to do right now. But this is a study this is the first study I did, and this is what means paint the boats without painting the boats. So this is just a study. For me to use, I may enlarge it and work on maybe another version. So we may do this. This is a couple days ago. This is Washington Street, right? And Dover, yes, Dover Street. We may do this. Or we may do this. Yeah, this is the boats. I can paint boats probably in my sleep because of so many boats. Or we had a breakfast yesterday, and I saw this. And I took a photo of this. And you know what? You will see a lot of those demos this week with boats, waters, and buildings, right? Or probably not this. So I'm going to do this as a one. And then we jump, maybe if we have enough time, I'll just start this, just to show you how I work, right? All right, so let's do this. If you have any questions, please ask, okay? So I'm going to do really fast. And I'm not going to do it exactly what you just saw. My brain is already registered that photo. I'm going to do probably completely different. The idea is 2 plates and a cup, and a cup with the orange juice. And instead of this, because I don't like lines, I'm going to probably do one line like this, actually higher like this. And again, power of suggestion. I'm not sure where the camera is. Here's the one plate, and shadow, and here's another one. And I'm gonna put maybe a fork or something, and it really doesn't matter what it is. It's just a group of everything. The big brush. You know, the idea just crossed my mind. What if I just called Patrick Lee to work with me on this one? I'm kidding. All right, so I'm going to go with the power of suggestion. So I'm going to suggest what is on what I'm thinking, right? I will start with darks. And that should look great. I have a little bit of shake, so it's good because my brush is going like crazy. A little bit darker. Okay, that's dark enough, and then I'm gonna go. This will be the cup. Kind of shadow from the plate. One. And this will be. All right, so this is oil. Yeah, this year I'm painting, thank you actually. So I normally switch 1 year in acrylic, 1 year in oil, and it's actually complement because the oil is a little bit different from acrylic. Acrylic is actually opposite, it's more layers. Oil is, you have the, like alla prima approach. But when I paint 1 year in oil and then switch back to acrylic, I learn much more from oil for acrylic and then back and forth. So that's what I normally do. So this here is oil. kind of done. Is it Reese? Do you see what what is on the canvas? What do you see? Do you see two plates, right? Do you see the cup right here? I mean the glass. Yeah. So rest is just fill in. Just to put the light, the shadow, just small adjustment, nothing else, because everything is kind of done. Oops. So let's do the orange. And we're gonna mute it a little bit. And we'll see what happened. Lighter. And the reason I'm working with start from this cup, because this will be my anchor and the values will go from this point out. So I'm going to knock out this first. This part is dark. And to be honest, I really don't care what is in the cup. It's not important. Is it? Oops. And let's go with and also I like mixing on the canvas instead of here. Darker. You probably don't see it on the canvas, but on the canvas, when I put all this unmixed colors, you see this. I'm not sure if you can see it, but see all these colors like mixing with each other, and it gives really nice glow. I'm not sure what this is, fork, knife, we don't really care, because that's just a shape. All right, let's switch to the light. And the light. I'm gonna use a lot of well juicy. Because that's probably the most important thing. And I'm gonna continue here. And here. Never use liquid inside. since it's a big, we can use it. Let's warm it up a little bit. Just introduce different color. Too much. Cool it down. And as one of my favorite artists, Bato de Gorjapov. Who knows Bato de Gorjapov? No? Search for his. It's a B-A-T-O, Bato. You will find it. It's one of the Russian impressionists from Russia, contemporary artist. He said, when you work, you have to destroy your brush. If you're not destroying your brush, you're not painting. And it's so true. You have to destroy your brush. Okay, so this is kind of lift it up a little bit. And let's cover this. Okay, so let's jump on this, switch, let it dry a little bit. And then we jump on much darker right here. Yep.
Vlad, are you using medium?
I'm using liquid,
Liquid.
which is, don't use it inside. When you paint in studio, only into Avalon here. And you know what? I'm thinking, what if we just put something right here, just to break that. And darker here. like a little bit this edge. And again, suggestion of something. There's a shadow on this, and then shadow will follow this. And then go back to light. So no questions, right? You're like, Vlad, what are you doing? You remember? I'm looking for my tribe. It's okay if you don't like that. So right now I'm gonna just put some highlights like this here, and I'm trying to be as juicy as possible. Oh, that rendering is not really good, but it's okay. So I'm gonna this we're gonna make a little bit different. Oops. And some highlights. Then the fun part. Now I can put some. What was it on the image? Scramble egg, right? or something leftovers. And some highlights. I want to put some highlights right here and here, and some highlights right here. Even interconnecting them. Oops. And I like something to put right here. And it really doesn't matter what it is. Okay, this is the good study, all right? So this is how you start your morning, just messing around. And then when you're done, you just scrape everything. But wait. Look at this. You see what's happening? This is perfect underpainting. Now I'll let it dry, and I come back next day, and I already know what I have to do, because that's a perfect. I didn't have to do anything. All I have to do is just play with colors. Oops. Play with colors, change a little bit of shape, and just enjoy it. Or leave it alone. Say, yeah, you know what, Vlad. Yes. So I normally start with a brush, because the brush is, I don't know, some people will probably disagree with me, because palette can carry more paint on a canvas. Patrick is looking at me like, I have a lot. Yeah, you're not right. So for me, the brush is kind of, so I use shorthand brushes. So for me, this is my extension of my hand. So I feel like I'm grabbing the oil and just slapping on the canvas. For like say for Patrick, this is a knife. He just grab it and it's like whole thing, right? The cover, whole thing. So I start normally with brush because I can load. I mean, you can see how much. Can you? Yeah. So when I'm loading a lot. I'm grabbing that oil and I'm mixing. I will show you. If I want to mix, let's say orange, right? I will grab this, and I will just do this right here. Look at all these colors. It's beautiful. Now, if I mix this on canvas, and I start mixing it right here, now, compare this to this. You see the difference, right? So the less mixing on the palette and more mixing on your surface. That's a rule. That's a goal. Because I see a lot of times people over mixing on a palette, just mixing. Like, come on, stop. Because you just there is a. I said a physical explanation or a chemical explanation. I don't know how to scratch it. So if you mix cold and warm colors together and start over mixing, and then you bring it to the canvas, so you have already a layer of oil on your canvas, and you add that mix, that's where the mud is. Like if you want to mix good mud, right, the practice mixing good mud, please mix on the palette, apply it to the canvas. You'll get a really great mud. Like mud like this, if camera can catch it, like. I will show you on the canvas. This is good mud. Which, one of the famous Russian painter, Repin, Ilya Repin, he was actually using a lot of mud. Fashion was using a lot of mud on his painting. He will use, you know how fashion was painting, right? He would squeeze the paint on paper, and let the oil just paper absorb the oil, and then he will paint with just pure pigment. It's like that's why his painting is like, you don't see the brush stroke like this. The brush stroke is like because you cannot drag it, and he was not using any mediums. So just pure oil. What I did. Now I have to see. I told you I like scraping more than I like painting. All right, but this is the whole point. I was trying to show you that this is good underpainting. And when you scrape, like I'm not sure if you see it, but see all this right here, all this gizmo, all this business? It's great because you can, I can, let's see if I can. What time we have left? It's 11:10. 11:10, oh wow. I was thinking jumping on this one, but I got too excited about this. True, and this is what happened to me when I paint with excitement. I just don't look what I'm doing. I just keep going. But when you finish this, and this will dry, I'm just trying. So let me see if I can show it. So if I mix, let me clean the palette a little bit. And another thing for the artist, don't afraid to throw away the oil. This is your material, right? Because a lot of time I see from my students, they squeeze a small pile and they just that pile and again and adding a lot of mediums, killing the chroma, killing the chroma. So one thing is to remember, tubes are meant to be squeezed, scraped, and thrown away. All right, so I will show you what this, when you paint on top of this, you don't have to really, like, look at this on, if I put the, and I don't have to cover whole thing. And see the vibrations of what's going on right now? Because I already have that underpainting. And that's it. My underpainting is already kind of giving me the base. And this is what I do with all the paintings. I paint, I scrape, I paint, I scrape, and I'm looking for layers, build up, build up, build up. Let's scrape at this one. Now, see this layer? It already added some. So if I let it dry and add a little bit more, it will be building, building, building. The colors you will never be able to do with just one alla prima settings. I guarantee, 100%. I can bet 1,000. Take it back. Patrick is looking at me. I'll do it. So, but another thing is what I do a lot. So the question about where I use a brush and where I use the palette knife. A lot of times, this is, brush will not give this. Just load on a palette and just do this. And it's yummy. It's very yummy. You won't be able to do it with a brush. So there is some stuff you can do with a brush, especially at the beginning. At the end, as Vlad Duchev said, when you have no idea what you're doing in canvas, grab the palette knife. Yeah, because that's a good helper. So stuff like this, or if you doing even like right here, like stuff like this, try to do it with a brush. It's not going to happen. Actually, let's try. If I load same thing and do it on the top. See that? It's kind of moving it, breaking it. So it's a different instrument. It's like, you know what, take a hammer and, I don't know, try to put a screw in the wall. Or take a screwdriver and try to hammer the nails. This is a different tool. All right, I think I screw up completely. It was a demo. You know what? We didn't have time to jump on this, unfortunately, and I was hoping to do this. Let's see if we can finish this one. You do, man? I just don't want you to, I woke up this morning just to go and see Vlad doing demo, and he's just completely screwed up. I'm kidding. All right, so let's, I will do, so I will do right now brush, but look, my brush work, it's really, I'm not really touching even the canvas because I already have that underpainting. So I'm just giving a, and I'm mixing on the canvas actually. It's much better when this will dry, the underpainting is dried. So let's do this. And again, this glass with whatever is inside. Do I need to really draw like this, like cup? right? No. Because is it raised like a cup with something? Or no? Patrick, come on. Okay, thank you. You highlight. Something like that. And then let's do the we're going to do this. And again, I'm barely touching the surface right now. And I'm mixing on canvas because I want all this gizmo to be, all this busyness to be here. And this is darker. And again, I'm just suggesting what it is. And my mother-in-law probably looking and said, "Is this what you do every day?" I love my mother-in-law. Okay. And then we'll grab, oops. And then we apply, actually, here. So this is where the palette knife, or try to do this with brush. There will be look at this. I'm going to do this with palette knife, and here, right next to. See the difference? Yeah. Now here, I can do or we take the palette knife. I need to squeeze it. Oh. Right here. So for the white, I use titanium white. And zinc white. If you ask me the reason why, I won't be able to explain. I have no idea. I'm serious. I just found it accidentally. I mean, a lot of people are using this mix, but I cannot explain. It's just much better. The whites are like whites. Now, when I paint in acrylic, the techniques, we have to cover this. The techniques are completely different. I work in many layers, so that all the layers are thin instead of this. Oops. Oh, let's introduce this color. I like that. And what I'm going for not just rendering complete, like make sure it looks like it, right? Absolutely not. I'm going for how badly can I screw up? Yeah, it's true. Because those accidents are the best thing in the world. Let's put some leftovers, right? We forgot about leftovers. Not left. What do you call it when you don't need to the end? Leftovers, right? Something here and something right here. Ah, what the heck? Let's put something like this. Bam. Strawberry. Or something. You're laughing. But it's true. I don't, I feel what will be the great color right now to apply to this. So it's giving me kind of chill, the goosebumps. And the final touches is just those accidental. Oh, I like this color. Let's put it right here. Just put something. And again, when I look at the canvas right now, I don't see, glass with something in it, and to plate or whatever this is, knife or, I see entire painting. If this painting resonates, if this painting gives me something, what I need to break, what I need to. And now the fun part, scraping. Let's do this. Add some, oops. Is that too much? Yes, too much. And as you can see, I'm actually searching on a canvas, making decision that works or doesn't work. I like it or I don't like it. not everything needs to be completely defined. It's okay if it's bleeds, like, let's bleed this through. I will call it. That's it. So you can come and look closer. It's a lot of lump of oil. And then final touches I will do if I analyze it after. I use specifically rosemary, the only thing, because I like them a lot. This is ivory. Yeah, only ivories. And sometimes I use the synthetic. This is synthetic as well. This red something. It's soft, much softer. So if I do like wash, if the painting is asking for the wash, I will use them. Or I actually don't have it. Yeah, I think I took it, lifted it in the car. It's a very soft brush, big brushes like this, without handle. So you're holding it like this. It's like extension of your hand. And something like at the end, just drag it over the builds up. It will give really interesting, yeah. And it's based on layers, layers, and layers. So when I use oil, when I use acrylic, another thing is if I paint a plein air, I'm probably going to use acrylic, and I'm making decision if I switch to acrylic underpainting, and I can switch to oil to finish if I need to build the painting. Or sometime Nick, if you can pull that painting from last year, the truck, yeah, that was layers, 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 layers. And acrylic is great because it dries really fast, and you can put a mark and just and leave it alone, and then another. I use it like fingers, smooth. Acrylic is great for this. I try not to. Yeah. So. And again, I normally don't, this is my studies in the morning. I don't paint in the morning. I always paint from afternoon to the evening to night, nocturnes. Morning for me is exercising. Just, running 5 miles just to exercise. So I do this a lot in the morning. Just slap paint on the canvas, just celebrate. Just feel it, And then in the afternoon you can work on, pull all the studies and see what you can work, or go on a trip. I do when I go to a trip, all this. Where's the right there? So this is what I do on the trips. The small ones, small easel like this, and I do 10, 15 a day. When you bring it back.
Are they usually acrylic when you do those?
No, this is all oil. Yeah, acrylic is for studies is not really great. I don't know why. It's for me, it's more underpainting, or final when it's outside right now. it dries really fast. And that's the purpose, I mean, the reason I'm using acrylic on plein air, because it dries so fast, it's not giving me time to think, because I have to really crank it to paint. And that's the fastest you paint. I know one great painter, right? He's right here. If you push him to paint faster, the greater result. Patrick Lee. He's doing demo. When is your demo? Friday. So please, he's a great painter and a good friend of mine. All right, that's it. So, all right, thank you very much. Thank you very much for coming. All right, thanks. You can come and see all the slabs of paint. It's close. I normally walk away like 10, 15 feet. I was afraid to just, it would be embarrassing. Yeah.